Hi everyone, now it's time for story time. So I'm going to read you aloud the first part of this story, The Tree in the Ancient Forest, and then make sure you go back to the other video to see what to do with the writing assignment. So this is a really great story. I read it when I was a kid actually. It's called The Tree in the Ancient Forest. Ancient is a word that means old or from a long time ago. So this tree has been in this forest for a really long time. And there's a lot of things that use this tree to help them. So we're going to think today about how the tree helps all the living things around it and how the other living things need the tree. So this book was written by Carol Reed Jones and the illustrations were by Christopher Canyon. You can also look this book up on YouTube if you want to read it again. All right, so let's get started. The Tree in the Ancient Forest. This is the ancient forest. This is the 300-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. These are the roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the 100-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. Wow, look at those roots. What do you notice about these roots? Make sure you tell a family member, what do you notice? And when you hear me say, these are the roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the tree, what do you think nourish means? If they're gathering nutrients and food from the soil, what does nourish mean? Tell a family member what you think. So nourish means it helps feed and support the tree and keep it healthy. So the roots are there to help feed and keep the whole tree healthy. All the leaves and the flowers and the other parts of it. These are the tiny underground truffles that grow on roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the 300-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. Tiny truffles. Truffles are a special kind of mushroom that a lot of animals like to eat inside of the roots. These are the voles and mice that tunnel and eat the tiny underground truffles that grow on roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the 300-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. Think about what you see, these moles. There's a mole right here. Vole and a mice. What are they doing? And we hear the word that they tunnel through the tree roots to get to the truffles. Think about how the vole, I don't know why I keep saying mole. The vole and the mice need this tree. How do they depend on the tree? Depend means they need it. This is the owl that flies at night, that hunts the voles and mice that tunnel and eat the tiny underground truffles that grow on roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the 300-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. So you'll see the owl here is hunting for the mice. Remember, the mice are looking for food in the roots. These are the sleepy owlets that are fed by the owl that flies at night, that hunts the voles and mice that tunnel, that eat the tiny underground truffles that grow on roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the 300-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. This is a hollow in the tree. A hollow is like a hole in the tree that allows animals to go inside. The hollow in the tree is the home of the sleepy owlets that are fed by the owl that flies at night, that hunts the voles and mice that tunnel and eat the tiny underground truffles that grow on roots that draw food from the soil to nourish the 300-year-old tree that grows in the ancient forest. I want you to think to yourself, how do the owls need or depend on the tree? How do they need that tree? Or how do they need the other animals that live in the tree or that need the tree? Tell a family member, how do the owls need or depend on the tree? And we're going to stop there for today's reading. I'll read more tomorrow about other animals that depend on that tree. Make sure you watch the other video to see today's writing assignment, where you're going to write and draw about one animal that needs the tree. That's it for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.